Peace is a lie. There is only passion. Through passion, I gain strength. Through strength, I gain power. Through power, I gain victory. Through victory, my chains are broken. The code of the Sith.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Do you like Star Wars? Because we do too. Welcome to Nerd Out Nerd Style. I'm Clinton Ritchie.
I'm James, aka Tater Nuts 99.
I'm Matt.
And get ready to nerd out with Bane. Rule of 2. It's been a year, but we're getting to it. Alright?
The time has come. Execute Order 66.
Those born of Mandalore strayed away from the path. Eventually, the Imperial interlopers destroyed all that we knew and loved in the Night of 1,000 Tears.
It's well hidden and unstable. One blast to any part of it will destroy the entire station. Oh, it's beautiful.
So, when we last left off with Bane, he just picked up a little girl. And I made a joke about him picking up little chicks. But,
AKA Joe Biden.
but anyways,
Bill Clinton.
he grabbed this Jedi chick that was a Jedi, but she snapped two necks of a Jedi because they killed her or her little friend that was a little jumper. It was a little creature that was native to the world that was there. Now, what we're doing is picking up right after that with the rule of 2, where we get to see Bane take on his apprentice and make it, apply some what's it called? Knowledge to the little girl.
Yeah.
She's like, what, 10 years old, right?
Yep.
All right. So I am sorry. My throat does sound a little scratchy because I have been working on. I didn't really talk all day long. This is what happens. I don't know why. Matt. I'm kidding. All right. Who wants to start us off?
Sound like you're whispering loudly.
I'm trying to talk. Yeah. See ya. No, I'm kidding.
All right, so Matt, you want to take it? You want me to take it?
Oh, go ahead, man.
All right, so we start off with Bane walking through the woods.
No. We start off with
The
young.
epilogue, man.
Yeah, the epilogue. You missed the epilogue. Where the little kid, or what's his name? Fucking, I sent it to you.
You're talking about
Old
Tomcat?
Tomcat. Yeah. No, not Johan. Tomcat. What's his real name? I don't remember.
Dario.
Devote or
Darvin.
Dario.
No, Darvin.
Dervit.
Darvit or Darvin?
Dervit.
Darvit. I think it's Darvit. Yeah, something like that.
Dario?
Yeah.
So okay,
Has
so
a
y'all
V
take
in
that
it.
part
It's
off.
DARAV something.
Oh, you're talking about the part where he's like wondering what happened to everybody?
Yeah, he wakes up after the thought bomb goes off, pretty much. It doesn't kill him because he's not too strong with the Force, but he was around all the wreckage whenever it happened because he done left the Jedi and started going with the Sith. He betrayed the Jedi. But while after he woke up and he looks around and he sees all the fucking people after he walks into the camp or whatever, and they're rolling up all these bodies, all these dead bodies. He looks over and he sees one of his masters, or not a master, like an old Jedi that was there, and he was so scared about.
'Cause that's why he didn't die. It was because he wasn't force sensitive.
Yeah, but we're not to that part yet. That'll part come in later on.
It was in the epilogue, man. That's when he woke up and he started wandering around.
It doesn't say that he's not force sensitive. It doesn't say
He's
that.
barely force sensitive.
It
He was
doesn't.
far enough away that the thought bomb didn't
No, he
mess
was
him up.
he was right on it. All the people around him disintegrated.
Okay, maybe I'm missing stuff from the epilogue then.
Yeah. Well, what happened was he said after they woke up, he said that and he wandered around. He said after the thought bomb went off, everybody fell down and they just like kind of crumbled. Is what he saw. He saw this, but it fucked with him. He passed out, but he woke up.
Well, if you remember in the first book, Giffany basically turned to dust.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they just fell down.
That's
and
what he was
crumbled.
witnessing is just that with everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, exactly, he wasn't strong in the Force, which I was going to bring up later on because he wasn't that strong with the Force because everybody has the Force in them, right? Can all agree on that?
Well, everybody has the Force pass through them.
No, later on, Bane clearly tells either that or it was Valentine telling
the Force is in
Johan.
everything.
Yeah, it's in everything. Every living thing, everything has the Force.
We learned that in episode 1.
Yeah,
Qui-Gon was
everything has the
casting Anakin's
Force.
blood.
Yep. Anybody can learn how to use the Force. They just have to be trained.
I thought some people just can't do it.
Nope.
Yeah,
But that little bastard, he sees a bunch of people winding up the dead
Because-
bodies. He finds. Go ahead.
Because check this out, right? If everybody could be trained to use the Force, then all these leaders and all these followers of both the light and the dark in the rule of two, why aren't they trained to use the Force?
They're not trained.
That's right, they're not.
Yeah, because
Why aren't they?
it's like it's harder. It's like Ahsoka trying to train fucking what's her face.
No, that's being ruined because if that's the case, then everybody would be badass.
No, Sabine was trained for a long time before the fucking Ahsoka series showed up. They had their little time where she was being trained and she fell out, remember? And she was also kind of trained by Kanan and was never actually able to touch the Force until way later on. It makes sense to me. I know a lot of people don't get it, but it makes sense to me. We're not getting into that right now, though. Well, anyways,
It's like concentration in your blood.
it's midichlorians, yes. So he sees the old guy that he knows that old guy knows that he betrayed the Jedi and ran off. But the fucking guy went through all kinds of traumatized and all kinds of other stuff that he didn't even recognize him pretty much. And he just walked on by. And he went into that stupid cave. And he touched that thought bomb. Or was it just the wall? I think he actually touched the thought bomb. And
Yeah.
he freaked the fuck out because he could feel all the souls that were trapped inside of it. And then that's when it cuts over to what's his face walking with Xana.
Yeah. So it's all taking place on Rusan, right? And Darth Bane, he's walking through the woods, and after the thought bomb goes off, he has a blistering headache. And he thought, well, maybe the effects, because he was far away from it, but maybe the effects of it was still giving him shit, you know? And so
he made that motherfucker. He knows how powerful it was. And he was able to get away far enough, but it still affected him.
well, he didn't make it. He initiated the idea. He basically used Lord Khan's deceptive thought process crap, where he makes people do whatever he wants.
Yeah, but he
And-
jumped on it. He
and
jumped
he
on a
did that to
speeder and
Khan.
left.
Right, and he did that to Khan, and
He-
then Khan went and got his followers.
He made the thought bomb. He made the thought bomb, gave it to Khan. Khan went and used it.
I don't think he made it though.
He
Did he?
did make it. He learned how to make it from Revan's holocron.
I thought a thought bomb was just you initiate it. You don't make it.
No, you made it.
No, 'cause Khan has the power to. He has He has battle meditation, so he can actually influence people. Except Bane was too strong. He thought he was influencing Bane to tell him all the secrets. Except he didn't tell him that it would work on the Sith and the Jedi. So
Well,
he
that's-
gave him the idea and he told him how to do it. He just didn't give him all the information. So no,
Right.
Bane didn't make it. He just gave him all the information.
he
for
definitely made
manipulating
it.
him to make it.
I'm fucking Googling right now.
All right, Google it. Let me continue. So he's walking through, and he's having a splitting headache from the after effects of the thought bomb. And he comes across his little kid, and she's crying, and he looks down, and there's two Jedi with their neck broken. And their necks are at a weird angle, so you could tell that the necks are definitely broke. And so he came to the conclusion that she did it, and it was probably because the Jedi had killed her bouncer friend, Law. He didn't know the name of her, but that's the name of the bouncer. So he said, "Hey, what happened to you? You want to come with me?" Or she said, "Can I come with you?" I forget how that turned out. But anyways, and he could sense that she was strong with the Force, and that she would probably make a really good ally or a good apprentice. And so they started walking off into the woods, and he said that we had to go to our. He said we had to go back to camp so we can get supplies, so we can go off and do our thing. And in the process of that, he was teaching her about the Force,
Okay,
about
look.
the dark side.
I just want to interrupt you real quick. The thought bomb. Did he not hand it to?
He gave Khan the information to make it.
Was it just information, or was
It's
it
information?
I could have sworn he handed him an
handed him a book,
actual
maybe.
thing.
No, it was a holocron because it was Revan's
He didn't know how to.
holocron.
He didn't know the holocron that Revan's holocron disintegrated.
Exactly.
So he couldn't give it to Khan.
Exactly. He didn't give it to him. Khan used battle meditation and thought that he was manipulating Bane into giving it to him, but Bane was giving it to him willingly.
Bane
He
handed.
didn't give him a bomb.
Listen, what?
It's
Okay,
it's
look.
a ritual that all of the Sith had to do down in that cave.
Look, this is
It's
what.
just a ritual.
No. This is what happened. He walked up and he handed Khan the thought bomb, and he said, yes, and then he was like,
notes.
yeah, oh, I don't know what it was, and he goes, he was like, all it is something. And Khan was like, yeah, I know what this is. He already knew what it was. Like he answered
That's
to that, so therefore it's not just something.
The thought bomb is a lot like the wave of dark energy that Bane caused.
It
in the
might.
forest.
It does say that it's a ritual, a transcription. As look, this is what this says. Newly bestowed with the title of Dark Lord, Darth Bane found Revan's holocron, like I said, and formed it, and from it learned the vital or vitiates ritual through. Though he used transcription and inspiration for actual thought bomb, something he intended to use as a means to which he brought his new philosophy. I don't understand it. That's the reason I didn't want to say this. But it is some kind of transcript. He learned it from Revan's holocron and he gave it to Khan.
So, as I was saying, he was going through the forest and teaching Xana, aka Rain, is what she goes by, but Xana's her real name. He was teaching her the ways of the dark side. And she couldn't keep up with him. And she said, "You're going too fast," and he said, "You're going too slow." And she said, "Well, how am I supposed to keep up?" And he said, "It's inside of you. It's the force. You have to use the energy of the force to do you." And she got pissed off at him. Well, when she did, instead of attacking him outright, she kicked him in the foot.
He
And
expected her to blast them in the back with fucking force energy, but instead that she tried to trip him.
Yeah, she kicked him in the foot to try to trip him up, and he was expecting this. And at that moment, he realized that she was intelligent because she was tactical.
Not only that, the actual trip was a lot stronger than what a fucking 10-year-old kid should be doing.
It was stronger than what he was expecting it to be, the attack to him. And so he took that energy and bottled it back up and threw it back at her chest, knocking her to the ground. And then she took the rest of that energy, the force, and she bottled that up and put it underneath her where you can't read it on the surface, right? And so she got up and they started walking, and then she like fucking used that energy to that emotion, that anger, that hatred to make herself feel better so she could keep up with him. Which is pretty badass because, it's like episode 1 when they run down the hallway. They force ran fast.
10-year-old.
Yeah, little 10-year-old. She was honestly, what was happening was she decided after he said that he was walking, and she decided to find out how to keep up by pushing the force forward with them. He decided to pick up speed. If you notice that he said that too. So that means that they're force running now. That's one of the first times that they actually mentioned it that I know in a book.
Well, I don't think they ever said force running.
No, they were propelling themselves forward by the force, is what they said. Which is force run.
She was. He just started walking.
He picked up pace. It says that in the book. It says it. It says it in there. You know what? It doesn't matter.
All right, let's move on.
It doesn't matter.
So he understood her pain and tried to get her to see that using that pain of what happened to her friend, that she can make that anger come and come and come again. And she could use that power.
Chameleon. Sorry.
She could use that power to enrage herself with force energy, and she could do things with that said power. And so he understood that because his father beat him all the time, which caused him to use his anger and hatred as a force power. But he also understood that you can't beat him too hard. You can't push him too far because it would cause other psychological damage. That's not something you want in an apprentice. So that was pretty cool.
Yep.
We get to hear Bane's father's name again first.
Yeah, he didn't want to just teach her nothing but hate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. And now we get to go
to chapter 2. The fucking what's his name? Valentine Farfalla.
Yeah,
fucking
Valentine.
Hell of a name.
Valentine.
Like, who does this?
Farfalla.
Shit, that's fucking retarded.
And he's talking to Johan.
Yeah, Johan. Johan Othorn.
Is it with a U or an O?
Oh.
Okay,
wait, Johan?
Yeah.
You.
So it's Johan.
Johan.
Han.
Johan.
It's Johan.
It's pronounced Johan in the book.
No, they say Johan. That's why I thought it was Johan. That's why I first sent you Johan, and then I sent you Johan. Because I heard it. I was like, oh, shit. They're using a U.
But it's like that dude, that robot, Wuhan. Is that his name?
Salmon Khan? I'm kidding.
Come on, Matt. What's that robot's name on Ahsoka?
Oh,
Hu Yang.
Hu Yang.
Hu
Yang. It's like that. But anyway, so.
I'm not good with names.
So check this out, right?
See
So
this beautiful
Valentine,
face? Sorry, go
yeah,
ahead.
Valentine is the leader of the Jedi army after Hoth's death. Okay, and they're on board his ship, the Fairwind, which is like their flagship for the people, the rebellion, or not the rebellion, but the Republic.
The
And
Jedi
so
Council.
Yeah.
Republic. But anyway, so
Jedi Council.
Johan knows that he's putting down a search party to go see if there's any survivors down on the planet, right? And he's going and he's running on the ship and he's like, "Hey, Farfalla!" And he turns around like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" And he finally sees him as Johan, the Padawan.
It's actually fucking what's his name? The one that died down there.
Subordinate.
No, the one that died down there, the main guy.
Hoth.
Hoth. It's his Padawan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, he tells Farfalla that, "Hey, I know you're putting a search team together. I want to go and help. I want to do whatever I can." And you could tell he has a lot of passion about it. Okay, and
He was thinking about revenge.
Yeah.
Farfalla had to settle in debt a little bit.
Yeah.
So
just got
Farfalla
fucking
said, "Hey,
murdered.
man, you can't go down there, right?" And he said he's about to tell him why, and he's like, "But I gotta go down there. I have to go down there right now because
He's being a little shit ass kid is what was
yeah,
happening.
he's being Anakin Skywalker. Who's being okay? Because the kid's 19, right? The kid's 19. He hasn't filled in yet. He's still underdeveloped physically, looking. So anyway, so
Yeah.
It's got a little penis.
Farfalla told him to hold your emotions back. Like, watch your emotions. Don't let it overrun you. And he's about to say something. He bites his tongue. And Farfalla says, "Look around you. Take a closer look at who's going down. Those people are younger than you. Because, Johan, he says it's about age. You fucking ageist bitch." Anyways.
No, he never said that. Do not
He didn't say that. But he
would
did
never-
say it's about age. He said, "Why is it? Am I too old? Too young?" And
No, because he assumed he thought he wasn't, looked too small. He's like, I'm 19. I'm an adult. I'm not a kid.
yeah.
Yeah, but the book did specify that Johan looks like super young. Like
Yeah,
he looks
said
like a
he's
kid.
underdeveloped. Well, not underdeveloped. He hasn't filled in yet, and he's just real scrawny, right? So,
It's got a small dick.
Farfalla says, "Hey, man, look around you. Those people and those three guys, they're not Jedi sensitive. They're not Force sensitive. So when they go down there, any after effects of the thought bomb is just gonna blow right past them. It's not gonna hurt them because they're not Force sensitive. You are. So taking you down there is a risk that we just can't take right now."
Yeah, he disagrees. But
Yeah.
before all that happens, we go back to old Tomcat, and
Really? I thought that filled out the rest of that
No.
chapter.
no.
The whole chapter is about that shit.
Okay, yeah. So the third chapter is where
Hold on,
what's his
Clint,
face?
Clint. What, Matt?
I was just saying, when he passes out and all that, and he has like a psychotic episode and all that, that's all in the epilogue. And they pick back up in in chapter 3.
Four.
Give me like a second. You guys
Okay.
can keep talking if you want to.
All right. Hey, do you want us to push forward?
Yeah, I think what's next is
They just meet the people on the ship that's going to
William,
go
can you
down
grab
as a
me a
landing
beer?
party.
I don't have to get up. Hey, that thing's beeping. Grab me a
So
beer, please.
Anyway, so Farfalla's telling Johan that, hey, look, these people are not Force sensitive, and he meets the Ertana. I think I said that right. Ertana. She's a Republic's, huh?
Cortana. It's the same as Halo.
No, Ertana. It's Irtana and then A.
Oh, is it? I thought
Yeah.
it was C.
No.
I
Ertana.
always remembered.
She's dark-haired, dark-skinned.
She's a
and,
native to Rusan.
No.
Not that
she's a
chick?
No, she's a Republic soldier.
No, she's an old battle shock trooper, right?
Anyways, and so he turns and notices an older man with a beard and his two sons. And that older man is Bordon, and his 2 sons natives to Rusan. Bordon was the bearded farmer. Their sons
those were
don't
the
have
natives.
names.
Those were the
the son-
names.
the sons don't have names. I looked it up. I couldn't find anything. And then they were talking about going down, and he kind of used that Jedi persuasion to tell him, "Hey, don't you want me to go down there? Why do you think Farfalla's having me help you load this stuff up on the ship?"
It's a little touch of the mind. He did a little touch of the mind, but he didn't want to do it too much without trying to mess with their brain
Mm-hmm.
or hurt them in any way. Because, you know, he's a Jedi.
Yeah. So, and they're like, "Yeah, we kind of want you to go with us." And they said in the book that
A Jedi coming with us? That sounds amazing. Or
they said
something.
they said in the book that people that kind of want that to happen anyway, it's easier to use a Jedi mind trick on them. So that's probably why they did, because they really wanted the Jedi down there with them just in case they ran into some Sith people. And that's about where we actually they head down, I think, but I don't remember where and what and who, what, how. But it goes off into chapter 3 at that point. So this is where Bane and Xana get back to camp.
Well, yes, they're going to camp though,
Mm-hmm.
or is that? It's either okay. I don't know if it's before or if this is after, but I think it's before. They actually run into some people that
Mercenaries.
that are looting the camp. Oh
Well,
no,
the
that's this
The
time.
Sith hired
Yes.
them. The Sith hired them.
Yeah,
right?
they were
As backup.
people that ran away from the army,
Mm-hmm.
ran away from the war, and after everything was all said and done, they went back to loot. They were fucking scoundrels. They were fucking pieces of shit. And you know what? Bane knew that. Bane knew that, and he was going to teach Xana a little lesson.
Man,
As
you
he
skip the whole lesson while they're walking. Then they jump back to Dari for a minute, letting him wake up and wander down a hallway before he slaughters everybody. Or wait,
Huh?
is that directly after?
That's directly after.
Oh, okay. I'm getting that stuff mixed up.
It's okay. That's why I took little bitty notes. I basically only kept like the fight scene and just a few things.
Yeah.
But
Well, what happened was he ends up running into the people that were looting this camp. And he is one of the smartest people and sneaks on over there after telling Xana to stay back. Sneaks on over there and unleashes hell on all of them. Kills what, like two or three of them. After 3 of them are running away, he throws his lightsaber at the last one and slices off their head.
if you want the fight sequence in order, he uses Dimso.
Jinso.
Yeah, whatever. The D silent.
Yeah,
It is.
it does. It starts with the D. He's right. DJ.
Anyway, so he used that on the first 2 mercs. One of the armors was interwoven. It's supposed to be able to repel blaster bolts from within 30 meters, right? So, which is about 60 feet, and give or take. But yeah, so he sliced through its armor from shoulder to hip, like diagonally, and then it only sliced into his skin like 5 centimeters, is what they said. And then
5 centimeters is still a nice a little gash.
he turns around and comes down with all his might and goes in through the helmet and cuts the dude's head in 2, basically. And then that's the first 2 mercs, and then he turns around and uses Sorsu to defend. Which is Form 3.
Sarisu, yeah.
Sorisu, yeah. To defend the volley attack, because those dudes had their blasters going, and they're like
Form
"Pow, pow,
3.
pew, 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 pew,
Obi-Wan
pew."
Kenobi style.
So yeah. Anyways, and then they said, "Oh shit, this guy's not going to be able to be killed with blasters, and we can't take him on in a fist fight." They decided to run. That one woman ran to the left, two people ran to the right, and then the rest of them ran straight away from him, right? Well, he turned and built up force and did a force push with his hand extended outwards and pushed so hard it ripped tents from the ground and disturbed everything around the camp in that area. And then it pushed her down. When it did, it broke her back and it broke her neck as she hit the ground.
Well, and then he threw his fucking lightsaber at the only little, little fucker that decided to turn around as they were running.
Yeah, the people that running out,
his head
in front of him,
fell to the ground, cauterized from the scalp. Or, I mean, from the torso. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so they're running. They're almost out of sight, dude. And the one guy's like, "Hey, let me look around behind me and make sure this dude's not chasing us." And as he did, Bane just flicked his lightsaber out, and it kept a tight loop, which I'm assuming it went like straight out and then straight back. And then
it said he casually tossed his lightsaber at him or something like that.
Yeah. And then he let the rest of them go because he needed a good story to tell. And who's going to believe these random fucking dudes that's not force sensitive came up against a dark Lord of the Sith?
The thing is they're going to run into the Republican soldiers, and they are on the other team. They were Sith allies.
Yeah.
So therefore, they're going to say whatever they can to try and get on board, to try and get off that planet, because otherwise they're going to be stranded there.
Right.
So they made us do it, or they were trying to kill us. Huh?
That was a lesson he was teaching Xana about misdirection, and keeping your secrets close.
Yes.
He was telling him basically, these guys are the scourge of the earth. They're scum. They're going to go in bars talking about a Sith did this, and it's going to help to misdirect. So that way, when they actually come down to look and they're seeing whether or not there are Sith, there's going to be conflicting stories because other people will see them and things like that as well. But it'll just help to add to the misdirection.
Exactly.
He was talking about.
That was good job. Good job, Matt.
Good job.
It's perfect. He just popped it out of nowhere. He's like, that's actually this part. Blah, 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 blah.
By the way.
And he did fill that in perfect. Filled that in perfect. Loved it.
Do one of y'all want to take where Xana pops up the manuscript?
No. You go ahead. What do you mean? What do you mean the manuscript?
Okay, so when they get back to camp, because
I do know that they find the book from Cordis, right? Yeah, they find Cordis's book. This thing is covered in Sith writing. It's covered in Sith writing. The cover is in Sith red blood color. Just the whole title was covered in Sith writing. He opens it up and it's all Sith. Do you have the title and everything?
I have. It's the teachings and the final resting place of Freedon Nad from 3,000 standing years ago, and it's also you forget that Cordis had handwritten notes inside. That's how Bane knew it was Cordis's, because he recognized his handwriting.
Dude, Bane got so fucking mad after reading this journal. Go ahead.
He didn't get mad.
Yes, he did.
No. He was excited because in the back of the journal...
Oh, maybe it hasn't happened yet. He does get mad.
In the back of the journal, he sees that it says... He figures Cordis wouldn't have brought this all the way from the Sith Temple or from where they're training at to here if he didn't feel like this was something important.
I could have sworn he also said, I can't believe this fucking nobody figured out the place freedom. Never mind.
I don't know, but
that's probably way later.
So in the back of the book, Cordis says written in there, it says, "Seek the tomb on Daxon." Or Dixon. Daxon. Or whatever it is. I believe, I'm not entirely 100% sure,
planet.
But I believe it's DXUN, and I believe it's a moon.
Daxon.
But anyway, so that basically
Yeah.
ties off chapter 3, and then I don't remember if there's anything else in there. But Xana was kind of disappointed and upset a little bit that she didn't get to know what was in that book. Because Bane basically just kept that book and put it in his
And you know what?
dress.
James,
wear.
you're going to come to learn that that's like a thing that happens. Just
What?
saying. Just fucking keeps his secrets, man.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, right after
You'll
that,
see.
before the end of chapter 3, they go back to Dairyu when he wakes up a couple hours later, hypothermic almost, like snot and everything coming out of his
Darvid.
nose. Dervid, whatever.
Yeah.
Tomcat. I just keep calling him Tomcat.
Tomcat. There you go.
Tomcat's fine.
Yeah. Rain.
But yeah, apparently it messed him up pretty good, and he passed out, and then he grabbed up his lightsaber and started wandering again, thinking he was heading back out of the caves,
Yep.
exposed to the elements, and then he started hearing voices, and I think that's where they jump back in with Johan and
Johan.
Artana.
Hun. Yeah.
Aratana.
Aratana.
I don't think they come back to play at all.
Yeah, because they're coming down to the planet again.
Yeah,
and, the father, he sees
No.
the two people first
No,
in the
no.
distance.
No, that's the next chapter.
Yeah, that's not chapter 4. Chapter 4, all that's in chapter 4 is
Before-
Dervitt, aka Tomcat, and then Bane and Xana.
Yep, so Xana and Bane make their way, like Tomcat tries to find his way out, but what happens is he gets lost. He gets lost. And he's using the lightsaber, something that he wanted to use for so long. One of the reasons he went to the Sith was so he can grab one of these weapons. And at that time, while he was walking through the darkness, he didn't even feel like lighting it because of all the destruction. No, he didn't. And then he ended up lighting it anyways.
On the way back out, on the way in, he doesn't want to, so he doesn't get caught. But on the way out, he's trying to see.
It says that
the end of the chapter is when he falls and he drops it, and it turns off, and he's just laying there for a minute, wondering if he's going to die of exposure in these caves.
Yeah, and hunger. And then he hears the voices, and so he's like, "Okay, I know the voices are coming from that direction ahead of me, so that's got to be where I need to go." Anyways, he eventually finds his lightsaber, reignites it, and then finds his way back to the thought bomb.
Yeah, but that was after because it does all that stuff and then it cuts.
It cuts out right when it falls down.
No, it does a little bit of that stuff and then it goes over to Bane and them, Bane and fucking Xana, and they drive through a bunch of people, and he's like, "Oh, nobody's gonna recognize us because nobody knows who the fuck we are, and they think everybody's fucking dead. I'm a man with a fucking female, like a little girl on my back. They're not even trying to stop us, right?" So then they go, they make
just add the story of the mercenaries or something like that.
Exactly, or it's just going to add, yeah, exactly. So then they make it over to the thought bomb, and that's when they start talking about how he tells her how there should only be two people, two Siths, one to harness the power and one to crave it, pretty much. And while all this is going on, that's whenever Tomcat hears them talking and comes back.
Yep.
And he gets
and
back
that's
there.
it for chapter 4.
No.
No, bullshit.
Wait, no, because in
Tomcat,
chapter 5.
Tomcat is
No.
so happy. No, this is
Right.
the very end of chapter 4.
Okay,
Tomcat is so happy.
Just let me take it from here.
He runs to go give Xana a hug. Santa, or no, he goes, Rain! And he goes off and he goes to give Rain a hug. But right before he grabs her, she takes a step back. And
No, hold on.
He stops.
That's not what happens exactly. You got most of it right, but Rain, for a brief moment, was going to reach out and hug
It's not
him
chapter
back.
5. Trust me. That's the end of chapter 4.
Anyways, Rain. Okay, so he comes out.
Pick up with Johan and them. They first saw them coming down into the atmosphere
Nope.
before.
That's after.
Yep.
I hadn't even gotten to that
after.
part yet.
Yeah, he doesn't. He has no idea what
I
you're
haven't
talking about.
never read the book, and I don't remember that.
Yep. He has no
I
idea what
stopped
you're
at the
talking
end of
about.
chapter 4, going into chapter 5.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, but
Yeah,
anyways,
He'll read it. He'll listen to it next week, and then we're gonna pick it up next week too.
yeah. So anyways, so check this out. He hears voices, and he finally gets to see him, and he's like, oh wait, I know that person. That's Rain. And he's like, Rain, like you said. He runs out, gonna go hug her, and she's gonna hug him back, and then she quickly realizes
And pulls
that
her
she's
arms
with
to
her
her chest.
Yeah, she puts her arms to her chest, and then she quickly realizes that she's with her master, and so she's trying to be like tough and shit, right?
And
And oblivious to that, Tomcat keeps coming for a hug, and she pulls back, and then he's all like bewildered, like, "What the hell, dude? Like, why you pulling away from me? Like, I thought we were, close." And she's like, "No, I'm, just hanging out, dude. I'm glad you're okay." And then after that, he realizes Bane's over there in the corner. And I don't know why. I don't understand why. I guess he just wanted to protect Rain, or AKA Xana. And he ignites his saber. Like, I'm going to kill you. Stay away from her. Don't fucking do anything to her because she's important to me. Anyways, and then he's like, okay, this is a fight you want. I'll give you a fight, and you're going to die. And the funny shit is, Tomcat knew he was fucked. He knew there's no chance in hell.
yep.
Protect us, guys. Yeah.
Yeah, and so when Bane ignited his saber, okay, I got this written down.
He was just reaching for it. He was just reaching for it.
Yeah, he just reached for it. Yeah.
Well, whatever. Anyway, Xana unleashed a wave of unstoppable dark side energy. She acted on pure instinct, drawing on her natural affinity for the Force with no forethought, no preparation, or no training. It happened so quickly, Bane never had a chance to put up his guard. That the right hand, but he knew that it wasn't for him. You know what I mean? He could tell where it was directed from, too.
He didn't know at first. He thought, and then he noticed immediately that it wasn't directed at him.
Yeah. So the right hand of Tomcat disintegrated with mere thought.
Yep.
Everything from the wrist up.
It said
or
that it was like a string. It was like a string of dark side energy was like pouring through the sky or something like that. Something weird. It was like,
the hell?
yeah, I swear it was like, it said it's something like a string, like you could see like.
No, they described the blood,
promise.
bone, and blood
Yeah,
like just exploded
It's a perfect
all over the
stream
wall.
of mist or something
Yeah.
like that.
I'm definitely gonna record these parts and send them to you. There's 2 things that I've said already that you guys are like, what? I promise I'm gonna record them and I'm gonna send them to you.
Please do. But yeah, that's fucking crazy. So, and then after doing that, and he's all like, "Oh fuck, my hand on my hand." They turn around and walk off. He says, "He's nothing. He's just trash. He don't even matter to us."
No,
So
he
let's go.
goes, "Why did you do that?"
Well, yeah, he did that. Yeah.
And then she's like, "Because he was nothing. Like, there's no point in killing him. You can just add further mystery to our whole plot." And then he's like, "You just wanted to." Bane knew deep down that she just wanted to keep him alive because that's her cousin. But he could not expect fucking his Padawan pretty much to learn everything in one day. So of course he's gonna let that one thing slide.
Yeah, and not only letting it slide, it was like a reward. He wanted her. He didn't want to discourage her from thinking critically, so he wanted to reward her and allow them to live.
Especially with the
He
smart
wants her to
thinking.
think like that.
Yeah, smart thinking.
Yep. And then they turned around and walked off.
Yep.
And the coldest shit she didn't even look back at him.
Nope. While he's screaming out in pain. Raid.
Man, that'd be a fucked up way to lose your hand.
But
huh?
hey,
Just explode.
it was so. It was like
By the energy itself.
it was a kind of cauterized. It was still squirting blood.
Yeah, and then the dirt from him rolling around.
Yeah,
Fucking
it's
nasty.
very graphic when they explain it. Like you can see it in your head.
Yeah.
And that's why I was telling you to read that other book. It's just like that, except they go into a lot more detail. It's like 3,400 chapters.
3,400 chapters on a book.
Yeah.
I'm never touching that book.
Dude,
I'm just gonna be honest.
I still got 400 chapters left, and it took me like a year.
How
to
big's the
read it.
book? Like this fucking big?
No, it's a novel. It's a web novel. So I mean, it's long as shit. It wasn't an actual book I was reading though.
Oh, okay. God damn, could you imagine holding that motherfucker, dude? Like, I can't pick it up.
You should buy my book.
It takes 400 trees to cut this book
400
up.
pages, man. That's still a lot.
Please.
That's nuts, dude.
400 pages is nothing compared to 400 chapters.
3,400 chapters. 3,406 chapters.
What's the name of the book?
Super Gene?
Super Gene?
Yeah, if you read a chapter of it, the first chapter, you're gonna it's addicting. Like I was 500 chapters in before I even realized it.
Jesus fucking.
Hey, so was that's the end, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there anything? I feel like there was a small thing that happened after that, but maybe not. No, that's pretty much it, right? As she walked away, as he's screaming, and she doesn't even take a glance back. That's how it ends. Boom.
Yeah.
That's 1 through 4. If you enjoyed this shit, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below. Other than that, Tater, take us the fuck out of here.
Folks, thank you for coming in and watching this show with us. We are streaming. I'm streaming for Fallout 4, and he's streaming Fortnite Racing. Clinton Ritchie is.
Rocket Racing.
Rocket Racing, whatever. And our boy Matt is working 2 jobs. So send him some money.
Call of Duty. Yeah.
You stream Call of Duty?
I did one on Facebook. I'm starting. I got the YouTube channel, just nothing posted yet.
Noise. But yeah, so check all that stuff out. I'm TaterNuts99. My channel's the Adventures of TaterNuts99. You're obviously on Clinton's channel.
This channel, anything and everything, nerd style, and I might start posting stuff to my regular channel, like my regular YouTube, and just like make it something, you know.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm James Orr, aka TaterNuts99. That's Clinton Ritchie.
The shiz.
And Mr. Matt Smith. I believe that's it.
All right, have fun, be safe, get the fuck out of here.
Peace.